Mom, leave me alone. I'm building a bunker base. You don't get it. It only costs 4,619 wood, 7,980 stone, 7,890 metal, and 171 high qual. And look at this upkeep. It's terrific. So 3 doors in, we have our core. We have 3 furnaces here, as well as a fast drop area for loot. Behind the next garage door, we have our secondary sleeping bag, as well as some more furnaces behind this door. Next to our workbench, we have a large box and 2 small ones underneath the level 3. Now, I'm a horrible tour guide, but you all did this in the comments. It's your fault. I would add elevated music to this, but I would laugh in production. I wouldn't be able to put the video out. But in all seriousness, let me show you this part. The whole base is actually designed around this hexagon core. I'll be experimenting with this concept in future videos because I think it's a pretty solid idea. It contains 8 large boxes separated into 3 compartments, as well as a gated TC and a sleeping bag. So how do you build it? We'll start off like this. The sleeping bag position may take a couple of tries to get right. You'll see why in a second. We'll add these 2 raised foundations and then build both sides towards the sleeping bag, like so. To verify if the sleeping bag is in its correct position, check if you're able to build walls here, here, and here. Once it's good, we can continue building the bunker section of the base with these foundations followed by these 5 walls. This wall here separates our loot room from the TC, which we can place right now. Next, we can begin adding our ceiling tiles. So there are a few spots that we have to upgrade now since we won't be able to access them after a certain point in the build, and there are a few that we should upgrade. I'll be upgrading everything into its final grade for the sake of this demonstration. This final wall is a little bit different. We'll stack half walls so the top floats. Breaking the bottom partially shows how the bunker works. Before adding our first loot room in boxes, we'll solidify the core by doing some more upgrades. The loot room goes on the right here, and we need to float floor tiles through the middle for maximum storage potential. Ultimately, this loot room will have a window in front of it. Now, I've been able to fit 4 large boxes into this space. If you know of a better way, please let me know in the comments below. While placing these boxes, aim to get them as close to the TC wall as possible and to the front edge. If you're going to lock them, now would be the time to do so. We can go ahead and knock this down now. In the same fashion, we can place our bottom 2 boxes. These 2 are a little more strict and really need to be close to the front. If you struggle doing so, you can always use this line here as a guide. We'll upgrade these tiles to sheet metal. This adds potential cost to a rate of taking certain top-down approaches. At this point, we can section off our loot and TC using window frames like this. Now I know I'm going to get crap for upgrading these past stone, okay? But let me explain myself. In addition to providing more room for storage, which you'll see very soon, these half floors make raiding a bit more complex. I know the way most people raid these rooms is through the window and then destroying what lies behind it. By adding this floor through the middle, it forces the raider to catch the loot while it's in midair. If they fail to do this, the loot will fall to the foundation, and since the half floor blocks jumping into the window, they will have to blow the wall to get it. Now we can actually fit 4 more large boxes in here and 1 small one. This is a total of 8 large boxes so far, and we ain't done yet. The first 2 are really easy. Just position them as close to the outer wall as possible and up against the window frames. Bada bing, bada boom. Next we can jump up to place the last ones. These should have the same orientation as the ones below. Now this can feel a bit claustrophobic, but at the end of the day, they don't have to be perfectly placed. Now I do want to put this out there. Stone structures generally have a much smaller bounding box than say sheet metal and high qual, so placing deployables with walls at that grade results in much easier and much cleaner placements. If I back out a little bit, we can kind of see what we have so far. Before we move on to the next section, we'll add 2 wall frames. These are for garage doors and allow you to separate different sections of the core so that you could do things like spread your loot around and make the raid more expensive. When adding these in, make sure that the roll-up part at the top is facing outwards towards the large boxes. If either of them face in, you'll be able to see them through the wall right above the bunker entrance, and we don't want that. There's also a quality of life item that we could place here. A campfire allows us to easily gain access to the 2 bottom boxes. Above the bunker entrance, we'll upgrade this half wall to high qual, and then we can upgrade the roof. Up here, we'll upgrade 5 pieces to sheet metal, and the last piece above the TC needs to be armored. This is basically how the bunker works. You would build a wood half wall right here, which then allows you to put a floor tile here, which you would then upgrade to armored. This seals off access to the room, and you would have to spawn in the sleeping bag and break the wood down to open up the hole. Quick note that the 2 raised foundations and the triangle floor are all still in stone. This is only for the sake of demonstration and would have to be turned into armored if you wanted to sign off right now or something like that. The build cost up to this point is 4,015 wood, 1,200 stone, 2,740 metal frags, and 145 HQM. Now that our bunker part is secure, we can start work on a livable area. We'll start with the workbench room. This is a simple space made of 2 triangle foundations. When placing the workbench, make sure you get it as far left and as far back as you possibly can. The final placement should allow you to insert this wall frame here for a future garage door. Now we can add a bit of basic honeycomb to the base. We'll want to use low foundations here for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it will conceal the fact that there are high foundations. Most people equate high foundations with bunkers, and rightfully so. And secondly, it will give us some space for furnaces. There's a total of 6 furnaces, which become increasingly harder to place if you upgrade the high foundations past stone. Just keep that in mind while building. Now, in case you haven't noticed, we have no front door, so let's go ahead and add that now. Since this is not the permanent entrance, we can use regular door frames here, in case you eventually plan on using armored doors. For now, we'll just throw up 2 sheet metal ones. Now, I just wanted to say that I somehow managed to put both doors on the wrong way here, so if you're following the video step by step, please just switch them around because there's no airlock. Next, we'll close in the living area with the following pieces. We'll use half walls here to extend the room slightly up. This section will work as additional honeycomb, but also add to the illusion that there are no high foundations in this space. Above our temporary entrance, we can use this set of floor tiles and half walls to give us another space that you can do whatever you like with. Now we can finish putting the ceiling on and sealing us in. Get it? Ceiling? Never mind. So let me show you what I do with this space here. It's pretty basic for me. I simply just add 2 large boxes, like so. This seems to be a pretty convenient spot for quick storage while out PvPing or farming. Now a base wouldn't be a base without some garage doors, so let's add in some wall frames. These first 3 frames separate the main platform and the final 2 section off the honeycomb. You can keep them all stone since there's really no reason to upgrade them past that, but when placing the garage doors, make sure the top roll-up parts all face inwards, kinda towards the center if that makes sense. This is just to limit the visibility of them from the outside paths raiders can take. I want to take this time to thank you for watching the video. The support has been, it's just so great. I don't know how to put it into words. All I could say is thank you. Just thank you very much. Now I completely lost my train of thought. I'm discombobulated. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, panoramic outside view and then upgrades. We'll start by upgrading this half wall from the outside, and then we'll go inside and upgrade the bottom and top of both of the airlocks. We're going to upgrade both areas around the furnaces. Each section will take a total of 4 walls and a triangle ceiling tile worth of metal. You don't have to upgrade the floor in the middle here. Then we'll go over to the other side and do the same thing here. Now I'm skipping the upgrades for the triangle foundations under the furnaces. If you wish to upgrade this for peace of mind, it can be easily done simply by lifting one of the furnaces and redeploying it after. In the workbench room, basically everything gets upgraded to sheet metal, the walls, floors, and ceilings. We'll finish by upgrading these final few pieces like so. Now that our base is semi-secure, we can upgrade the bunker entrance. This takes 2 foundations and 1 floor triangle worth of high qual and increases the raid cost on this path by a lot. Our next goal will be to add some more honeycomb around the bunker and on the roof, as well as add some extra doors and visibility to the front entrance. We'll start with 3 triangle foundations like this, then we'll add a full wall, a wall frame, and a door frame. We'll add a sheet metal door here, and then this wall frame is for a shop front. Shop fronts are great to deter door campers. Adding 3 triangle floor tiles up top encloses this room, and then we need to upgrade this wall to sheet metal as well as the floor. We'll put a full wall here and sheet metal it as well. Next we'll go outside and around this side. We're going to add some basic honeycomb that occupy these 2 foundation spots. Now if these foundations are close enough to the ground, you don't have to upgrade them past stone. We'll throw up a couple of full walls and ceiling tiles, and then we'll finish the honeycomb with these 2 last walls. We'll upgrade the walls to sheet metal, and we'll get the ceiling tiles upgraded from the roof. Now I totally forgot to upgrade a ceiling tile by the front entrance. I'll point out which one it is as soon as we see it. That's it right there actually. Upgrade that to sheet metal. You can do it now from the roof or when you first build it. We'll upgrade these and then add 4 half walls, hard side facing out, for some honeycomb. We'll fill in this space with half walls as well. You can leave these stone. Their purpose is to stop splash damage, but sheet metal is just overkill. Next we'll add these 6 floor tiles. This adds way more cost to raiding through the roof, and with this update in April nerfing explosive ammo, I feel like half floors will be a lot stronger very soon. In addition to the roof, upgrade this triangle here to sheet metal as well. A sheet metal top with stone sides doesn't make much sense to me, so we can jump around and upgrade all these half floors to sheet metal as well. We can use more half walls on this stone part here to increase the cost. Now you would think that just making the roof sheet metal would work since it literally doubles the cost, but it's the splash damage I'm worried about. I don't want you to be able to access the bunker roof and the living area roof with one single splash. And that's pretty much the build. Like I said, I'll be expanding on the initial core idea in future videos, but I'd like to thank you for watching this one.